I consider myself an average programmer, and I recently came across this video from the YouTuber Bog with the title Beginner versus Competitive Programmer, Bog being the beginner programmer in this case. Bog found a video from Neil where he wins Codeforces, which is a competitive programming tournament, and he gave himself 30 minutes to solve the first problem of the tournament. I haven't seen either of these videos, I only watched the intro to this one, but I thought it was a cool idea. Nice one, Bog. So I decided to steal it, or borrow it, that sounds better, and do the same thing he did. The only difference is that I won't limit myself to only the first problem. I will try to solve as many problems as I can in 30 minutes. At the end, I will compare how well I did to both of them, and hopefully I won't embarrass myself too much. So I started by reading the first problem and realized it was pretty easy. Oh, it has speed and memory limits. I think I'm gonna ignore this for now. You are given 4 sticks, length A, B, C, and D. You cannot break or bend them. Determine whether it is possible to form a square using the given stick. So I had to check if A, B, C, and D were of the same size. Yeah. This is pretty easy. The problem itself was very easy, but I wasted some time parsing the input. Is the input given as a file? The input was a text with multiple lines. The first line has a number. That number tells us how many tests we will do. In this case, 7. Problem count, and then cast this to int, then for E in problem count in range. I'm gonna iterate for the amount of problems. Then each line after has 4 numbers. These are the stick sizes. I'm gonna say cases in array, then this is going to be cases, append, read line, and then if I print them, that should do the trick. Okay, so if I run this square, okay, and then I can copy this, paste it here, and yeah, okay. So I'm gonna read the line and process them. So I'm gonna split the values into separate numbers. So line and then numbers is going to be split by a space, and then cases and numbers. If I print this, do I get the correct values? Yeah, okay. Let's do trim as well. Python trim function. Strip. Okay, so that way we remove this new line symbol. Now that we parse the input for each set of numbers, we have to print yes if we can form a square and no if we can't. So now what I need to do is define is valid square, then values, then return values 0 equals values 1 and values 0 equals values 3, and this should be it. And then for case in cases, if is valid square case, then we print yes, else print no. Okay, so that should be it. Let's compare this to what I have here. No, yes, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, so I got this one. So I finished the first problem and it only took me 9 minutes. 5 years of experience, by the way. This doesn't look great, but I spent most of the time parsing the input, which is something I can copy and paste for the next problem. This guy is writing his girlfriend's name. He has n cubes, each with one lowercase Latin letter written on it. They are arranged in a row, forming a string S. His girlfriend's name is also a string T, consisting of n lowercase Latin letters. I think Latin letters are just the normal ABC. Yeah. To prove his love, he must check whether it is possible to rearrange the letters of string S so that it becomes her name T. Yeah, so I have to check if these letters can be rearranged to be this word. So it's like an anagram, I think. An anagram is when you can swap the letters in a word to make another word. Okay, this is pretty easy, I think. So I'm gonna copy the input thing. What is the int mean? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's the number of letters in the word. Okay, so I don't think I actually need that. So, and their count. But I'm just gonna ignore that part, and now I'm gonna get the words. So I'm gonna do words, trim, split, add the space. No, it's strip again. Okay. The idea I came up with to solve this problem is very simple. We take the second word and check each letter to see if that letter is present in the first word. If we find a letter only in the second word, then we know this isn't an anagram. I'm going to use a set to do this because they make the code faster to check if a letter is in the first word or not. So now there is anagram words, and then like scene is gonna be a set. We're gonna do a set like that. Is it like this? Python set. For letter in words, the first word I appended to add. I think it's add, right? add. Yeah, open the letter and then for letter in words 1. If not letter in scene, then we return false. I'm gonna return just the no like that, and then here we return yes. Now I think I have an issue here for repeated letters, but I don't think there's a test case for that here, so I'm not gonna do that, but that is an issue and I know that. So for case in cases, print is anagram case. That should be it. So I take the input from here, paste it. Let's compare the results. Yes, yes, no. Okay, this is yes, Makima. Oh, this is because of the repeated letters. Okay, so I have to fix that, and that's pretty easy to fix. So instead of a set, I'm gonna do a dictionary, and then if not letter in scene, we do scene letter equals 0, and then here. So we count how many letters we have. Now we do. Wait, what is the problem here? Makima. I'm not entirely sure what the issue is here. Makima. Okay, so the A, we have a second A. So I'm taking this one. We have a K, yeah. We have an I, yeah. We have an M. Oh, we're missing an A, yeah. So this is going to solve that. Or scene letter less than 1. And then here we do scene letter. So yeah, so this should reach 0 when we run out of letters. And this one should check that. So it return no. Yes, yes, no, no, yes. This problem was a little bit more difficult than the previous one, but it also took me 9 minutes. That means that I have 12 minutes to finish the rest of the problems. This guy has 10 toys arranged in a row. The ith toy has an integer AI. He wanted to sort them because otherwise his mother will scold him. However, this guy never liked arranging toys in order, so his friend gave him a magic wand to help. Unfortunately, made a small mistake while creating the wand. But this guy couldn't wait any longer and decided to use the broken one anyway. The wand can only swap 2 toys if their integers have different parity. One is even, the other is odd. In other words, you can swap toys in positions ij only if AI mod. Okay, yeah, one is even and the other is. Now he wants to know the lexicographical smallest arrangement he can achieve using his broken wand. What's that? A sequence P is lexicographically smaller than a sequence Q if there exists an index I such that a sequence P is lexicographically smaller than a sequence Q if there exists an index I such that Pj equals Qj. Okay, I don't know what that means. At this point, I think it's pretty clear that I was having trouble understanding the problem. So I decided to look at the examples at the bottom of the page. For numbers, we saw positions 1 and 3 and then 2 and 3. The output. Oh, lexicographically smallest. Is this? I don't know what lexicographically means. Lexicographically means a string, word, or array comes before. Oh, turns out it basically means alphabetical order. Yeah, I understand now. It should be like ordered like this. This one is not order because you cannot order this one, right? For this problem, you get a list of numbers that you have to order from smallest to largest, but you can only swap even numbers with odd numbers. In other words, you can only swap numbers that can be divided by 2 with those who can't. Oh, this is a bit harder than the other ones. And since I wasted so much time understanding the problem, I only have 7 minutes left. Going to be numbers, and then here I can do math. Lambda x in x increases pen. Does this work? No, why not? Python map list. I have to p. Oh, I have to. Yeah. Okay. This is list map comma. That should be it. And then for case in cases. Let me check if I did this right first. Although I have 5 minutes left. I'm probably not finishing this one, but Python lexo. Yeah. So I did it right. Okay. Now I'm gonna say lexo order swap case, and then I'm gonna do it this slower way. I think I have 4 minutes. Let's see if I can finish this. I have to find the smallest one. So how do I do this? If I go from the beginning, the 2 should be here. Oh, I just check if there's a smaller one, try to swap it. At this point, I wrote the code in a hurry, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Okay, I have 2 minutes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay, this didn't work. Oh, this should be like this. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. No. I only had 1 minute left. The code was almost correct. I just needed to do the same thing until no more swaps were possible. It's false. Okay, this is the slowest way, but I think I got it. Yeah, shows as the time goes to an end. That's the alarm. So in the end, I managed to do 3 out of 7 problems in 30 minutes, which is honestly not the result I was expecting. But let's see how Bug did. It seems like he ended up extending his time to 1 hour 11 minutes, but he solved the first problem. As for Neil, he solved the same amount of problems I did in less than 3 minutes, so literally 10 times faster. Looking at the video though, I had no chance. This is normal speed, by the way. Anyway, I suck, Neil rocks, subscribe.